Greetings and welcome to another episode of Troll in the Dungeon. I am Stephen Kaczynski, also known as the Troll in the Dungeon. You're probably wondering, Stephen, why have you been gone so long? Why are you coming back now? Well, here's the simple question. I had a lot going on. Actually, one of the other main reasons was because I was doing a Troll in the Dungeon type show. I can't even remember what the name of it was because we kept changing it. And it drove me absolutely insane. I did a similar movie review show for a local TV station here, and as much as I enjoyed it, I did not want to do it again, especially if I wasn't getting paid, because I was getting paid for the first one. But I am back, and you all should be afraid, be very afraid. Excellent. Are you quaking in your boots yet? Fabulous. So, I am back. And what am I going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about this wonderful little film called Nefarious, made only on a $3 million budget. Well, Stephen, why are you talking about a movie that has been out of theaters for quite a while? Well, it's still on streaming and you can rent at YouTube, Amazon Prime, and a few other things I cannot remember. You can go look it up yourself at whoisnefarious.com. So, Nefarious. Well, what are some good things about it? What are some bad things about it? The synopsis is, on the day of his execution, by Oklahoma state law, you have to be declared sane in order to be, qualified for execution. This guy's a serial killer, did all kinds of horrible things. So the first psychologist who was sent to evaluate him commits suicide, so they send in a new one who's a bit younger. He's probably in his 30s or 40s, played by Jordan Belfi. The serial killer himself is Edward Brady, played by the great actor Sean Patrick Flannery. He's an award-winning actor. I think he has an Emmy under his belt or something along those lines. You probably recognize the name. He's been in stuff such as Boondock Saints, The Boys fairly recently, and he also appeared on Stargate SG-1 and a whole bunch of other stuff. Very talented actor. So, about the movie. Well, here's some positives. One, it's shot very well. The direction is actually pretty good. The acting is superb. It feels like a morality play. It actually would work really well as a stage play, just in case you guys from Nefarious are watching this show and thinking about, I wonder what other people are saying about us. You probably shouldn't give a damn, but still, oh wow, give a damn. I'm funny. So you could be thinking about, what are these people are saying about us? Well, it would work fantastic as a stage play, so consider it. If you want someone to write the stage play version, I'm your man. Who am I kidding? You guys are going to probably write it yourselves anyway, and that's okay. The acting was superb. Jordan Belfi and Sean Patrick Flannery actually played off each other really nicely. The other actors did also a nice job too. I didn't really see any weak links. Sean Patrick Flannery deserves an Oscar, but it probably won't happen because of the type of film it is. It's marketed as a horror movie, but it actually comes off as a morality play, and it does it quite well. It hits a lot of heavy-hearted topics. There are a few things that are just heartbreaking. Fortunately, the writing carries it. All I need to say is bacon cheeseburger and chocolate shake. And for those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The rest of the film carries off pretty well. One negative is the pacing was a little off for me, because sometimes it'd be like action, 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 and then all of a sudden, oh, we have a calm moment. Action, action, action. Oh, we have a calm moment. Which in itself is not a bad thing for the movie, but there's a lot going on, so it kind of threw me off as an audience member, but that's just me. I like to just stay at one pace as much as I possibly can. See my comments about other films. The other major detraction was there's the killer, Brady, believes he is possessed by a demon named Nefarious, or in short, Nefarious. And some people believe he's a split personality. Some believe he actually is possessed by a demon. They leave it kind of open-ended a little bit more until the very end. Just watch the movie. But there was a little too much time with Edward, because when you meet Edward, he's this pathetic wimp of a man. Crying half the time, a bumbling moron, basically. It's quite heartbreaking that he's just this unwilling vessel. And I would have done a little less with him. I get you were trying to create sympathy for him, but it just wasn't. It was a little too much. It was a little too on the nose, a little too much of a hard sell for me personally. But, and I think it would have been served better for other characters to shine, or more with James, the psychologist, and Nefarious, the psychologist played by Dr. James Martin. I would have liked to see more of the detective who actually caught Brady, which we see him briefly at the very end of the film. I would have liked a little bit more. Maybe a sequel idea, just so you know. Yes, they're talking sequel ideas. I watched the author who wrote the book with which Nefarious is based on. I listened to his podcast, Steve Dace, and he actually has revealed that they are talking possible sequel ideas because they have been able to start paying off investors and such that they have put into the movie. It's an amazing film for a $3 million budget, and it did okay in the box office. It could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. It didn't help that two other movies decided to drop at the exact same time. Renfield and The Pope's Exorcist, which honestly they both look like trash. And that was pretty much the general consensus, is that they were both trash. And that's unfortunate because then they took potential audience members from Nefarious. And also, I am not blaming the Nefarious filmmakers for this, but for the love of all that is holy, could we have actually better trailers right before your movie? Come on, movie theaters. Or were you just intentionally trying to gross us out before the movie and then we'd be dulled to it? I don't know what the hell is wrong with you people. But anyway. So, I would highly recommend this movie. It's very well done. As I said, the acting is superb. It's shot very well. Limited number of locations, which you can tell was probably why the budget was so low. And as I said, I highly recommend the movie, and you wouldn't believe that this was made on a $3 million budget. There are $75 million budget movies that actually look 3,000 times worse than this. And you'd believe it. I could send you a couple of them, but I don't want to torture you. At least right now. We'll see about. Unless you make me angry. Then I will send those movies to you and you can suffer and I'll laugh at you. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Troll in the Dungeon. Be bold, be brave, be courageous, and it probably isn't a coincidence that you're terrified right now. As you should be. Ta-ta for now.